TV live coming from Albert's Shed in Shrewsbury, sponsored by Muck-Off. First time I got to say that. We're the Muck-Off show now. That's pretty cool. Let's just call us the Muck-Off show.
That's it.
So something a little bit different tonight. I'm Jim and I ride bikes and test bikes and do all this stuff, and this is in homage to you and your show. What we're going to do is we're going to get everyone to introduce themselves as well. So our guest.
Hey, what's up? Davey from Hook It Products, and also have a podcast called the Hook It Podcast. That's pretty much it. We're a distribution company based in Sheffield. We're a podcast based wherever my laptop is. And I'll hand it over to Sandy P.
Hi, I'm Sandy. I think some of you have met me before. I've got a local bike shop to Shrewsbury called the Trailhead. Known these guys for decades, been riding bikes around here and all over, and just love all things two wheels. Over to Stu.
I'm blank. I'm Stu and I ride bikes.
Good answer.
That just about sums it up for all of us, I think.
Yeah. So
back over to you, Jim.
Yeah, we've got Doc over there, of course. Doc didn't introduce himself, so have you got your mic turned up there, Doc? You want to say a bit about who you are and what you do?
I'm Doc. I do everything.
That's how he introduces himself to the women.
Does everything.
I do everything, and I drink gin.
So we got Sandy tonight, who's sort of co-presenting with us, and I've got to ask, because I've always called you Davey, and when I go into the Trailhead,
we've had this already today.
Sandy calls you Davi.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
I prefer Davey.
I'm wrong.
Yes.
But
I love being
yeah,
right.
as a homage to like David.
Yeah.
But whatever.
If my order's big enough, he lets me get away with that.
Why would you call him Davi?
Oh, I don't.
I just grab this.
No, a friend of mine
What
started
were you
that.
christened?
David, yeah. But
Exactly. So
everyone knows a Dave.
His name's
Everyone
not
knows a
David.
David.
I got it wrong.
David. Typhon.
Not Welsh.
David's the Welsh version.
So tonight during the show, obviously if you are watching live, which you will be if you're watching it tonight, if you're watching it tomorrow on Facebook, you won't be, but that's all a bit weird. Get your comments, questions across for any of us, ask what you want.
Do you put the comments
within reason?
Yeah, so I think the first thing to do is to get this underway.
That's cool.
Get the interviewing underway. So I might as well fire the first one across. Where are you from? Davey.
Oh right, me.
Not Davy.
I'm from Sheffield.
From
Jim.
Sheffield.
I am.
Oh yeah.
Well, just outside actually. I'm from a little place called Chesterfield,
Yeah.
which is in between Sheffield and Manchester.
Good BMX track there, isn't there?
Amazing.
It's got the scream if you want to go faster around the big
It is.
tarmac road.
And if you're talking about Ringwood, yeah, Ringwood's got a really good BMX track in Chesterfield. Not so much of a good riding scene, I don't think, in Chesterfield, but obviously we're on the edge of the Peak District, so yeah, tons of riding in the peaks. Obviously the Sheffield scene's just killer right now.
Cool.
Should we start the fidget spinner?
Oh
No,
right.
I'm not gonna mention
Okay.
it.
So straight
we're
away.
having a whole
Straight
section.
away. I brought this tonight because, as some of you will know, and we will talk about it in a minute, Davey does his podcasts, and he does like to go on about motocross, as does Stu, and as does you as well, don't you?
Yeah, well,
So I brought this. I think it spins for about 2.5 minutes. So when we get onto the motocross, which it sounds like we are getting
We're
now,
about to anyway.
that's how long they can talk about motocross. Because last time it was with Alan Milway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was 20 minutes,
Yeah, he
and
went
we
on a
got a
bit,
few
didn't he?
complaints.
Felt like 2 minutes.
So off you go, lads.
Okay, so are we ready? We're up and running.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did all the biking start?
For me,
Yes.
so I started from a motorsport background. I'm not
Which
going to say
was?
the word motocross. I started racing motocross when I was a kid. I'm a huge moto fan, as everyone who listens to the podcast will know. I love comparing everything to motocross. I can compare anything to motocross.
Where did you used to live?
I lived in California for a few years.
What did you do while you were there?
Did some riding, did
What sort of bike?
a motocross bike. Yeah. You can go again.
It'll go for ages. You think that's slowing down? It goes for ages.
Really, actually, we just need to talk about motocross.
Yeah,
don't we?
yeah.
When I first met you, you were working at a place where people rode motocross.
Yes, I was. We were talking about that with Sandy actually before.
Is that MX Heaven, is it? Is it
No, we
MX?
actually met.
It was far from MX7.
It's MX Hell for most people.
Can we say what it was called?
Yeah.
It was Simex, wasn't it?
Yeah, SIMX.
It was the indoor place at Sheffield where it was an indoor supercross track.
It was, yeah.
At the time, it was.
It started off
cool
Supercross
thing.
and then it slowly transferred into being a motocross track.
Lumps and
Too many
bumps.
people got hurt.
Yeah, but we
that's where we
first met you,
Yeah.
and you'd have been 15, 16.
Just straight out of school. 16,
Yeah.
17, I
And
think.
he was a little lad, and he used to sit in this little box and take
Yeah.
money off people.
Ah.
Cheers for that, mate. Nice one.
Talking of motocross.
Is this when you had £2,000 in each pocket?
yeah.
And he used to sit there, and I always used to, he was so polite. He's still polite now.
Yeah, I like
and
him,
you
so
used
he's tried
to
to
just
be
sit
polite,
there and take everyone's money, and you were into it because we used to have a little mini bike track in there,
Yes.
didn't we? Which
Yeah.
was good fun.
Yes, there was the indoor motocross side of things, and then there was a mini bike track next door where
Yeah.
we once had a battle royal.
Yeah,
I don't know if you remember
that
that.
was really good. Yeah,
It's amazing.
remember being there and loads of people turning up. You were there, and we were just finishing the track the night before, and we actually tested it about 12:30.
Is that
at
the
night.
indoor one you're
Yeah.
on about?
Yeah.
Do you remember where I had that Honda? It was like a retro Honda 50, wasn't it? The red
50?
one. Remember when the throttle? Go on, give it another
Okay,
blast.
keep going.
Remember when the
Thanks.
throttle
Forget
stuck
my
wide
biking.
open on the whoops?
That was at Western Superman.
It wasn't.
Proper jam on a 50.
Honestly, this thing
1050
took
come
off and went
top and
about
tailing past.
60
It
bucks.
was flat out on the floor. Jim was about 30 foot further back, and this thing was going round in circles, and there was oil all over the track and everything.
Awesome.
It's like, what
Awesome
happened? He was
days.
like, oh, I don't know.
Remember the Scrappy? That's when I got involved.
We were pioneers,
Did we
weren't
come
we?
to that?
Of the
No.
mini biking.
The Scrappy
No, I
Raceway
remember
was,
Scrappy, but no, I never made it.
was really good. It was in
We-
and out of trees with all berms and
That
Yeah.
was amazing.
you built like whoop sections and
It was on one of the videos, wasn't it?
It was
Was
on-
it on?
sprung all those.
We all built that, didn't we?
Yeah, it was
And that
amazing.
was, we were very proud of that
I
place.
remember the day that Jim said to me, he said, I've got this little track, it's down at like an old scrapyard, so I'm thinking, wicked. So we went down
Those
there,
are, you don't know what we're talking about. We're talking about little
pit
motorbikes.
bikes, pit bikes,
yeah.
Yeah.
bikes. And we went down there, and straight away it was just like, it was awesome, wasn't it? But you didn't want to fall off there because it was like bits of car and
Yeah,
glass and
like
all
disease.
sorts of stuff.
Like normal UK motocross tracks, really.
Pretty much, yeah. But
Have you ever told your followers about you being world champion before?
no, I don't
Have you
talk
not?
about that now.
Maybe
So you went to Vegas and raced in the 50 category, didn't you?
Yeah.
And it was the World Championships and you won it, didn't you?
Yeah.
Tell him how you got the bike out there though.
Up his
Standard
arse.
really in a suitcase.
Yeah.
2 suitcases.
Couldn't do that with a full-size motocross bike, could you?
No, you wouldn't get away with that now, I don't think. But
Petrol
yeah,
tank, what'd you do with that? Empty it out?
we were alright on the way out, but on the way back, Johnny Groves over the tannoy in San Francisco Airport, they said an announcement, and we were like, "Oh, what's happened here?" And they nicked his fuel tank. They wouldn't let his fuel tank go back
Well,
on.
at least I got
They
3
took
quid
his
in there.
they took his engine as well, so he was pretty miffed, and that was that. Thought he'd lost it. 6
Wow.
months later, it turned up on his door.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
Just before that stopped, I used to do some work for a speedway rider, and to get an engine in between Poland and Sweden, we used to take it on a flight with us in a backpack, full speedway engine. Whenever we got to customs, they were like, "What's that?" Always said it was a grandfather clock. Just let it straight through.
Really?
No problem. Yeah. Once took the timing cover off and just showed them inside. They were like, "Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
Wow, that's
no
cool.
worries."
Fair clock, isn't it?
Yeah,
Noisy.
Heavy clock.
Happy, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, motocross is rad.
So,
Agreed.
that's come to a stop
Hang
now.
hang on.
It's
So,
not, yeah.
One more, anything else? about
Go
that?
on.
Anything else?
I'm out
Just
of
watch
it,
it.
aren't
It's
Well, I
amazing.
can't wait to watch the the motocross from Sunday. They
Yeah.
just told me the results, so
I? Just ruined it for you.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's more the AMA
But I'm
stuff.
quite
innit?
happy because Tomac's been beaten. That's cool for me.
So for anybody that hasn't watched it, no point. That's it. Nice one, Sam.
Spoiler alert.
You've got just enough time now to say motocross one last time.
Motocross.
That's
Yes.
it. Moving on then.
I
Um,
love that word.
who'd you ride with back home then? Have you got some
So yeah,
good buddies?
the Sheffield crew's pretty big. Warncliffe a little bit. That's kind of where we're based as a company. We're based just outside Warncliffe and Grenoside, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I was saying to Sandy earlier, actually, I've took not a break from riding. I've not been riding as much as I should be doing. Been working in the industry.
Yeah.
But yeah, I bought a house recently, and everything else has kind of gone on the back burner for a little bit, just to get back and not homeless, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Sheffield crew is amazing. Like there's a
They're
huge
super
WhatsApp
keen up
group.
there,
Like,
aren't
yeah,
they?
whenever you
Yeah.
go out, you always bump into people. Much like most places, I think, in the UK, you always bump into friends, and it's just a really cool scene.
Warncliffe always amazes me. You go up there and it's like I always compare it to Eastridge here. Eastridge, they're very restricted on what they can do building wise, and Warncliffe, they're just gone, we're not bothered what you think, we're building everywhere.
Well, they try and stop you, don't they?
Yeah.
But it's like the Warncliffe dig scene is like the mafia, really.
It is,
It's
yeah.
like the dig mafia.
Yeah.
We're just doing it.
You were saying that earlier, weren't you?
Yeah.
If you want to go
Huge.
and ride trails there, A, you have to be able to clear them all without clipping any, and B,
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
to know someone.
The dirt jump scene.
And
Yeah.
fist bump.
I'll not even comment on it really.
It's all
It's
about
not really
fish
my
shake.
place,
Yeah.
but it's a bit clicky and stuff, you know.
You just did.
Yeah. Go ride Sheffield
good
Trails.
seeing you.
Case everything.
So for anybody that's watching from Warncliffe, David's just slagged you all off.
I'll get me a carrot.
So yeah, I'm gonna ask you a question now.
Yeah, no worries.
So I'm going to aim this at your podcast, which I have to say I love. He runs the Hook It podcast. He writes the theme tune, literally sings the theme tune, he is the whole thing, and it's awesome. I listen to it in the bath.
Oh,
I don't know if
I
that's
know.
weird or not, but I always tell
It's
him.
alright. I don't mind.
Where, obviously you did just pluck this idea out of the sky, but what are your influences, man? Where has it come from? I know we can say the word again, motocross, but how have you arrived at, not blowing smoke out your bottom, but this amazing podcast? How have you?
I think it all stemmed from my job, really. I spend a lot of time driving, and hate the radio, hate thinking, because I just wind myself up, so I don't do that. And I just obviously all day all I do is listen to podcasts. I'm driving, I just listen to podcasts, got stuff in my ears all the time. Huge Joe Rogan fan, huge Main Event Moto fan. Obviously, which is a moto
You
podcast.
got me onto that one. That
Yeah,
is a good
it's amazing. But literally anything, like I listen to like health stuff, like pretty much anything. Big comedy guy, like I like Jerry Diaz and yeah, tons of stuff.
I guess the good thing about a podcast is you can, it's a bit like pressing record at home. You can record something. You don't have to watch it straight away. You can listen to it whenever you want, and it kills the time.
And I'd personally rather be like learning something than just listening
that's
to
cool.
just noise. So yeah, I had the idea a few years ago, but never really did it. I guess a little bit of research found that there wasn't really a mountain bike podcast at all out there. I mean, I don't want to 100% say that, but I'm pretty sure we were one of the first, if not the first. And I just decided to run with it. I thought, you know what, I'll get like a bunch of friends involved. I still to this day have no idea what I'm doing. I just link up a Skype call and we record it, and I just play around with it a little bit for iTunes.
I was listening to one yesterday, and it made me smile. And we fall into this category. So he was saying how Davi was thanking his current Davey was thanking his favourite, his current guest, saying, it blows me away how to start off with, I just had sort of friends and basically said he had some nobodies on in the early few stages, and now he has really high profile people.
We're one of the first.
You were episode 11.
Quite far down.
11 or 12.
I've got them all
You were 3
here.
after me.
Well, hang on,
I've
let's
got
put this one
today-
together. How far in were we? You're going to say that.
Well, they're
Is that in order?
not necessarily all in order actually, but I've done a little bit of research
Yeah.
and I got most of your guests here. So I got Cy Turner, the Cottick Boys, Cy Payton, Ricky Crompton, Adela Carter and Nick Hamilton, Dirt Factory, Steve Jones, Lucas Shaw, Pin TV Knobheads, Ty Woofenden, Alistair McLean, Joe
Wolfie,
Bowman, Ben Eggleston, Martin Astley, Sandy Plentiful, Ed Brazier, Ollie Wilkins, Kathy Sessler, Eddie Masters, Richard Payne, who that's a bit different, but we'll talk about him in a minute. Drew Road, is that? Drew Road?
Drew Road, yes.
Yeah.
Most recent
I'm
one.
listening to that at the minute, that's a good one.
Mad Dog Boris, Claudio
Brilliant one.
Calori,
Brilliant
Hannah
one.
Barnes, Lewis Buchanan, and
Danny
there
Hart.
there's a few, Danny Hart,
Danny
well, I
Hart's
missed
a
that.
brilliant
There's a
one.
few more I couldn't find in
That's
time,
all right.
but that's amazing. It's amazing, you're getting some high profile people on there. Who was your favourite?
You three.
Alright, ignoring us lot.
No, it's a good question. I get.
I don't think we were there anyway.
Who's your favourite, and also who's the most interesting?
So I think my favourite has to have been probably most interesting and also favourite, I guess, would be Danny Hart.
Yeah.
Just because it kind of transformed the whole thing. Like it really got legs after that.
Yeah.
Once Danny got involved, and like credit to Danny, like he reached out, said he'd been listening. Obviously, he sent me an Instagram message, and I was like, "What the hell?" You know, as if Danny Hart just sat listening to me
crashed the
talk
van.
So
shit.
he
Yeah.
commented.
Yeah, he hit me up, and I was like, "Yeah, of course."
Bloody
He
hell.
just, asked if he could do it, and I was
That's
like, "Yeah, of course he
amazing.
can." And I think like the next day we just did it, and yeah, it was super good. Like it was
That's
so
brilliant.
much fun. He just sat and chatted, and yeah, there was no
He's a very down to earth lad,
really
isn't he?
nice kid. And I think a lot of people maybe don't see that side of Danny in the media.
He
Yeah,
comes
he is
across
quite a-
so well in that
Yeah,
podcast.
he's
I
super
recommend.
switched on.
Yeah.
Like he'd just taken on the bike park. Yeah, we just chatted, but I mean, I guess everyone's been my favourite guest in a way. Like everyone's brought something else to the equation, and all the people have helped it grow to what it is.
Yeah.
And it's not without those guys that we'd be where we are. And
I
No.
found the most interesting was Steve Jones, just because
Yeah.
he's doing sort of how I'd like to do things in a way, and you know, I do sort of value his opinion quite a lot. But the best was Ollie Wilkins. That
Oh,
was
Yeah,
he's
he's
hilarious.
funny.
yeah, Oliver's
such,
hilarious.
Funny guy.
such a cool bloke.
Yeah, I'm not
Lot of
trying to
time
be
for
like
him.
too strict with who comes on it. It's just what I really like about podcasts, especially stuff like the Joe Rogan podcast, is you don't know who's going to be on it. Like it could be a guy who's a hunter, it could be a professor, a scientist, like anything. And that's kind of what I want to bring to mind. It's not riders, it's not industry folk. It's just people you might necessarily not have ever heard of, but
Yeah.
they might have a really good story behind them.
Interesting people, yeah.
So that's kind of what I'm on the lookout for.
Who have you got? You got some.
We've got a lot of comments actually, boys. What we got? The bloody show. Who's written that?
Coiney's on. Hey up, lads. Sheffield is the.
Hey up, lads, Sheffield is. You can say bollocks. It's all
Sheffield's
right.
the boys. We.
That's my mate, and he lives right next. He lives at, is it Red Car or something like that?
How are we commenting on it?
You what? What are you on about?
Coiney.
Coiney.
Red car.
Right,
Not
Coiney.
Red
Red Car
Car.
is?
No, not Red Car. Can't remember what
Red
it's
Car
called. Deep
Rocket.
Car. Is it Deep Car? Deep something. I don't know. It's right near Warncliffe anyway.
Ben
Oh, Deep
Hickin.
Cut, yeah.
Right, Ben. Jay Crump. Talking about moto, and Sandy hasn't mentioned his HRC fill-in ride. No, I need you to prep the bike, bro.
Right. Who else have we got? We've just got a load of comments from different people. Lots of people saying hello.
Stu Morris saying get Palmer on the podcast.
Get
Agreed.
Palmer on. Wow.
Yeah, it'd be amazing
Yeah,
if we
you
could
could
just
get
talk
on
gifts
about
out
that.
there. It'd be
Jim's
sick.
best mate, that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breakfast.
Yeah, I'm Sandy's best mate, yeah.
Just so you know.
I can't be arsed.
If anyone wants to reach out to Palmer and get him to do it, that'd be amazing. Be a huge help. Deep cut.
Evening, guys, from Smiley BMX. He's our
Hello, Smiley.
Dude.
BMX
Yeah.
and
Four-cross.
race.
We
You
used
know,
to help-
actually,
we
he'd
used
be
to
an
help
interesting
Smiley out.
one to talk to
Yeah.
because he's been around BMX for so long. He's just switched over to four cross
Yeah.
and he's doing the Pro Tour. Super enthusiastic guy, and he does loads of training and stuff with the kids. Real good guy, actually.
Fair operator
Yeah.
as well. isn't he?
Yeah, and
We're
he's
going to have him on
really
soon, aren't we, to talk about all the stuff sent over, all the DMR stuff and bits and
Nice.
pieces.
Yeah,
We need to get him on.
pay us all bits then, can't he?
Yeah, exactly. So, when did you actually first start working in the mountain bike industry? How did that come about?
Wow, I previously worked in the motocross industry.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
It's not spinning.
don't spin it.
Yeah.
But obviously that had that kind of laid a foundation to knowing a lot of the dealers as well, because
Yeah.
I worked for One Industries, and as they were transitioning into mountain biking, I did a little bit of that.
With who?
Yeah, One Industries.
What was the mountain biking thing?
Yeah, they started a clothing range. Like One Industry started doing.
Yeah. I remember.
And
they were
661
in-
too.
yeah.
So I did a little bit of that on the
Yeah.
side of looking after the cross accounts,
Yeah.
and then had a little bit of break, I guess, from the industry. Started selling camper vans, which was crazy, and then always had this desire to start a distribution company. So luckily, I found two great partners, and we created it a little over 3 years ago, I think now.
Do you want to mention them?
Yeah, Ollie and
One
Mark,
of
please. Yeah, if
them's
you're
got
listening,
quite an
like,
interesting nickname, hasn't he?
Del. Yeah, well, yeah, I was gonna say Ollie ain't got one apart from the Otter. That's just because he's
Well,
really
yeah.
hairy.
Dell's known
Oh,
as
yeah.
Derek Airtime,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Yeah, Derek.
Derek
That is a
Airtime,
hell
what a
yeah.
partner's name, eh?
Yeah, well, we call him Del. 'Cause he's a bit of a Del boy. Got his hands in a few different pies, but yeah, it's that's
Derek
kind of how we
Airtime.
started about three years ago. picked up our first brand, Sensor Grips, and then we've just sort of been growing since then, really. Joystick, yeah. All mountain style sensors. Already said that. 35 bikes, which is our own brand.
How did it go picking up that first? Sorry to butt in. First
No, it's
ever
fine.
product. You know, how did you?
Can I say the word one more time?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was looking at starting up a motocross distribution company,
Yeah.
and that's how I got in touch with Cams Inc. Because
Yeah.
Sensors were actually going to develop a motocross grip. And then we just got chatting, and then next thing we know, we're just doing the whole range.
So Cam's in behind.
Yeah,
Sensors.
so Cams Inc. is the owner of Census. Him and his brother, Howie, run it over there in the States.
Oh.
So that's how we got together, and then it was like, you know what? Like, I was riding mountain bikes quite a lot at the time as well. I was like, we'll just go down the mountain bike direction.
Cool.
But yeah, that's pretty
So
much
how come you haven't had Cams Inc. on your show?
it's a long story.
Uh,
It's not a long story. He's just too busy. Like, he's
Yeah.
literally the busiest dude in the industry.
There's a lot like that with us, isn't there?
Yeah.
Who've sort of Danny Hart, one of them.
Yeah.
He agreed to come on, but it was like the start of the season, and
I think the
he
beauty
tried
I
getting hold
have
of him.
the beauty I've got is a lot of it's just done over Skype.
Yeah, well,
So as long as they can make
yeah.
an hour slot, like, we can get something
one of the
out.
questions actually was to say, because that's perfect timing, is just explain to people how you do it and how it works.
Yeah, without giving too much away, it's all done over Skype,
Yeah.
and just a recording software on my side. It's really nothing too technical. Like, I'm not the most technical guy at all. I pretty much wing the whole thing. I don't really do any editing, as you probably noticed, which is quite funny actually, because I was at Fort William the other weekend,
Yeah.
and a family came over to me and they were like, "Oh, we love listening to your podcast. You know, I listen to it when I'm taking the kids to school," and I was just like, "Oh my god!" Like, I definitely swear on every single episode. It's
Well,
definitely not PG. So.
Yeah, we try not to make it too
They can hear it in the
PG.
schoolyard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. And
exactly.
sometimes that's the way that conversation just flows, and it's the
I think unedited isn't a bad thing. I think when you look at certain things that are online, videos, etc. nowadays, some other things that are really edited to perfection, it's just boring.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, you know, there's no character, is there?
and again, I think definitely. Sorry.
builds trust as well.
Yeah,
definitely.
People start to believe that you're saying it how it is.
Why? By swearing at them? We swear at each other, and
Yeah.
I don't trust you.
That's fine.
We're friends, really.
But no,
Really.
definitely. With the podcast, that's how I want it to be. You know, I don't want it to be like an interview or anything like that. It's just a conversation, and whatever comes out.
We want
Yeah.
people to get into it
Yeah,
and
just-
express themselves.
Yeah,
don't
sit and have a chat, and that's it.
Yeah. So you said about 35 bikes. Do you want to tell us a bit about that as well?
Yeah, so cut a very long story short, Mark, who's one of the partners, Dell, actually already had 35 bikes before we started Hook It.
Quite a few, that.
Yeah.
You're waiting for that.
That went over his head for a second.
He said he didn't think. I wasn't thinking about that for ages. It did actually just come out.
That's alright.
I was trying to be funny. Sorry.
So yeah, Dell already had 35 bikes, and we started Hook It. Mark got involved, and we just sort of brought everything together. So it's our in-house brand, and we do direct consumer priced brake pads, brake rotors, mud guards, and chain rings
We stock
for the
we stock
trade.
it. It's good.
So the trade can kind of help compete with the direct consumer market.
Yeah.
Whereas before they were losing out a lot of their sales.
Sorry to interrupt, but it is time for Crash of the Week, Doc.
Right, okay.
What have we got?
A crash. I can't remember who it's off.
And what you will find now is Doc will have watched it by the time he gets up on
Okay.
there.
Yeah, it takes a little while.
Good old
to go through.
technology.
So this is, I know it's at Beeline, but I can't remember who it's by. So
Ooh, Beeline. Claimed a few Beeline.
Beeline.
Beeline. Beeline is Beeline.
Oh, the Beeline. Oh, right.
Oh, shadows out of
Quite good
control.
fun.
We haven't had a GoPro one yet, have we? This is going hollow
yeah. Oh, get down.
Hello.
I bet that hurts.
Yeah, I
Collarbone,
bet it,
that, weren't it?
That's straight onto some.
I see he's got a nice Unite Components sticker on his visor though.
So that's our Saks underwear Crash of the Week, and if you get in touch on our social media, on our Facebook group, give us your details and we'll tell you how to claim your free pair. And talking of Saks underwear, you just become one of the distributors,
We
haven't
have,
you?
yeah, they'll change your life. Get some.
Yeah,
Quite simple. Yeah,
they are cool,
for sure.
aren't they? Just tell people how, because I didn't realise
I'm on board.
how what a massive company it is.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, it's a huge company. I can't remember the
What was
exact
your
figures.
comment you said about National Geographic in one of your shows?
Yeah, so National Geographic recently reviewed them and said that they are the comfiest men's underwear on the planet, which is obviously a really nice compliment for the brand. Yeah, it's huge. I mean, I can't remember the figures. I think they're a $40 million a year turnover company. That's
Wow.
just
They
in
are
the
mega.
States.
I love
It's
them.
huge.
I think they're brilliant.
Yeah.
I really,
I'd
really
Tell
love
us
to know
about
how
the-
much they're paying Ken Block, because they got him as their
We've
main
got Ken
man,
Block,
haven't
we've got Ken Block, Danny Hart, Elliot Jackson. There's a bunch of Major League Baseball
they?
players.
Pin TV.
Pin
got 'em,
TV.
we got 'em.
Yeah, yeah.
Tell us about the ballpark technology that's in
Yeah.
the
Okay.
page too, because it's my
God,
favourite
I
bit.
didn't know I was going on a sales pitch. So basically, every pair of Saks underwear comes with what's called the ballpark
Can you
pouch.
look at these ladies while you say it?
Yeah, seductively.
Jim's wife.
So they have, it's called the ballpark pouch, which is basically a little hammock for your nutsack. So your balls kind of
It's
hang
awesome.
in this little, it's just a
And
hammock.
when you put them on,
It's like
just,
an angel's
just for a
hand.
second, the first time you put them on, you just go, ooh. And
Exactly.
then you're like, ooh. It's alright, isn't it? I like them.
Yeah, really.
great support.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That's
Especially
good.
if you've got no AC in your van and you're driving all day, the game changer. There's a little pro tip as well if anyone owns any. Put some talcum powder in the pouch. It's next level.
Try that tomorrow.
It's next level.
I'm going to butt in here because it's quite a good question here. When a 35 bike's going to sell me some oval chain rings?
Is that Scott Cordy from Pedal Addiction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it would be. So Scott's been banging on about oval rings since Noah built the Ark, and yeah, there was a little plan for 35 bikes to do some oval chain rings, but I'm not entirely sure.
I'm not sure.
People will
about it.
probably reach out, but I don't know if it's a fad.
It's a
or
funny
if
thing, isn't it? It's I know people who are totally convinced, and then I know people who are like, no, I'm not convinced at all.
I think
Like,
I need to try one to give
Yeah.
my opinion, but
Yeah.
immediately I say, but I've never ridden one, so
So yeah, we never actually went along with it. But
we're
yeah,
working on it.
we'll see. Maybe one day.
Ollie must be on.
Yeah, that's really tripping me out. If that's Ollie, that's so strange.
So how many folk have you got that you look after sponsorship wise with 35 bikes and the bars and bits and pieces?
So to be honest, we kind of knocked sponsorship on the head a little while ago.
Right.
Like directly, because for us there's no point sponsoring athletes that it doesn't really go anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, you can't buy off us. So we try and send all sponsorship stuff through our dealer network.
Right.
So let's say, for example, Sandy's got a sponsored ride and we'll hook that kid up. Because
Yeah.
then at least it's going somewhere, like, and they can relate the sales and stuff back
So
to
the shop
Sandy.
get a
Yeah.
bit back and you do too.
Because
Ah, I
there's
see.
no point us doing it.
Yeah.
It's just silly. But we do have some like 35 bikes ambassadors.
Okay.
But yeah, there's not a great deal of those, to be honest with you. There's a few kicking
Yeah.
around. Good for product testing and whatnot.
Nervousness.
Yeah, what about it?
I haven't got a clue. Jim wrote the question.
Sorry. Oh yeah, I'll explain that one. And that was
It doesn't actually tell me much
Like
about
how you
what's
brought it
going
up,
on.
though.
that was
Thought it
your.
might be quite an interesting subject.
That's all open up.
It's really interesting.
Talk about what we're nervous about.
So that was for the Hook It podcast, and like your first one that you did, and even now, do you get nervous?
Yeah, definitely. I think
Yeah.
it's not really nerves. I think it's more being prepared for stuff. And I used to put a lot of pressure on myself, especially when the guests started getting, I'm not going to say bigger, but like people that I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know, it started off the first, I can't remember, like 6 or 7. I knew them all anyway, which was a bit weird because you sort of like chatting to your friend about stuff that you already know about.
Yeah.
But then when it started, prime example is someone like Lucas Shaw. Like Lucas
Yeah.
Shaw came on the show. Didn't really know a great deal about Lucas Shaw, if I'm being totally honest with you. Did some research, wrote a bunch of stuff down, and then we blasted through it in like 10 minutes. And
Yeah.
I was like,
Shit, what do I
yeah.
say now?
So it's not really nervousness. It's just
But knowing you
over
reasonably-
time you're like learning just to relax into it. And like
Yeah.
the last one I did with Drew from Lone Wolf, didn't write anything down, no research,
Yeah.
just press record and just see what comes out.
I can tell when you're
Um,
nervous because you
I've got a list.
start talking about
And I've got a list.
motocross. You do.
Yeah, I probably do. I
It's
probably
like
do.
your comfort zone.
Yeah, it is a
Go back
it's a
to it,
comfort
like,
zone. Yeah.
I'm gonna
We've had. You don't seem nervous to me. We've had guests who are nervous, haven't we?
Right.
Oh, we've had them sweating.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
sweating all, it's all out of me. I've got none left.
People that you think would be coming on,
Yeah.
you know, would be confident, and
It's
but
a strange
lot of
thing, I
people
mean, like,
struggle in front
I guess
of the camera.
We all
The
were
guys
at the start.
watching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guys watching can't see all that, and these people, like,
Yeah.
it's a bit of a trip.
I think the only thing really nowadays I'm nervous
Sorry.
about is like going offline, because that's That's the stressful bit, isn't it?
Right.
We've had it a few times back in the earlier days.
Yeah.
And you know, things just going wrong, like we've had issues with the camera and this, but we sorted it all. It's just that's all money, really.
Yeah.
You should see this now.
Yeah.
If that makes you
relevant
feel any
setup.
better, the battery's about to go on the iPad.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
10%. One
Blame
of the
my
useful
children
sorts
for
of-
So
that.
anybody who wants
using
to
it.
ask a question, ask it very quickly.
Keep an eye on the questions for us.
The next big question that is obviously quite a big topic in the room. Equipment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim? I still ain't got a clue.
What with?
We got
I
bullet
ain't got a
points.
clue.
No, I don't know what.
What
any-
equipment you
any-
use
He hasn't
at
given
home.
us,
Yeah.
it's not actually given us
So
a lot
on
to
your,
go
on your
on.
podcast,
That is a question.
have you had to buy much more equipment? You know, have you
No.
started out with not? I know you've changed your audio system.
Yeah, a
haven't you?
little bit. Like the whole thing's done through Skype, so there's no equipment needed there. It
Yeah.
records off Skype, so there's no equipment needed
The rest
there.
is magic.
Yeah, the rest is just
Sounds
smoke and
bloody
mirrors.
easy, doesn't it, Doc? This we should just sack this
Start
off
a
and do
podcast.
podcasts instead.
More the merrier.
And you guys have got the perfect faces for radio.
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
That's why
That's
you're
what
behind
you're
there,
sat
Doc.
behind there, mate, yeah.
Did it? Have you had any fails? Major fails?
Yeah. There's a. yeah.
You had the one where Matey was in the pub, was he?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, the headmaster's one was a little tough
Yeah.
because he couldn't get to Wi-Fi, so he went to the pub. It was too loud. Went home, couldn't get internet. It was one of those.
But that didn't
But
matter
yeah.
because that was one of the best ones in my book.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's a good thing that
you're
you sort
panicking
of like
about
on the
it,
back
but we're
foot a
still
little
loving
bit.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is what it is. But I've had like one major fail, which was ever since we started, my headphone jack is broken on my laptop. So what you probably don't hear when I'm recording them is I can't move. So I'll sit bang still because I'm really scared of the headphone jack
Yeah.
blowing out, and you
How
won't be able
much
to
is
hear
a
it.
headphone jack?
I don't know. I've never even looked. Maybe
Oh,
like-
in the computer.
yeah, just a headphone jack,
Fiddly.
literally just that. And I had a bit of an incident recently where I didn't want to move and wet myself. But that's a story for another day.
Did you?
yeah.
Really?
That
Oh,
is
man.
commitment to
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Yeah.
Weird.
Can't believe I just
Say-
admitted
say
that one, but hey.
It's 8 o'clock.
What happens at 8?
Nothing, it's just like
8 o'clock? No, yeah, things do happen at
So
8
we have
o'clock.
like a-
Gotta remind us that.
photo
We've
of
got
the
the
week.
trailhead photo of the week.
Trailhead
Don't know if you
photo.
ever heard of trailhead, but it's
What is the
apparently
photo
some
of the
sort
week?
shop.
Huh?
I'm just bringing it in now. So pick of the week this week, he sent in by James Douglas Jones.
Good name.
Right, yeah.
And it's a bike up on, it looks as though it's on the way to TV, to be honest, in Tenerife.
Do we get to? Oh yeah.
And it's a nice,
That's
just
nice,
a
isn't it?
chill sort of picture.
Nice one, Jim.
Nice lone tree.
So that's what we've got this week. Nice picture, dude.
Thank you
Awesome.
very much.
So finally, in your main interview, what are your future plans for 35 Bikes and for the Hook It podcast?
For the podcast, I think I don't really have any. I've never had a plan from get-go, to be honest. It's just keep trying to grow it, but the whole thing's grown organically, so I don't
Yeah.
think there's really a plan in place, if I'm totally honest with you. I really want to get like more engagement because it's so fun when you've got people submitting questions, and
Yeah.
like, it makes it so much easier.
Totally agree with that.
Create like more of a community, like you guys have got. I mean, you've got people here and stuff like that. Like that's what I really want to happen.
Yeah.
We have to pay it.
Yeah.
Costs us a bloody fortune.
Free drinks on a Monday night.
It's not on a
Shrewsbury.
salary. You're in a contract for a year.
Hands on the books.
It'll be on the pole in a minute. For those who don't know, do you want to explain, Sandy, what this place
I was
was?
quite excited because I've never been to a strip joint before, and this is we're in a strip club.
This was actually a strip club until a month ago, was it? We
Can't
were
smell it,
originally
can you?
downstairs, which was like the band area and a nice, cool pub.
Apparently, these are the sofas where.
Yeah, and this has
Apparently.
been all changed, but this was a full-on strip joint until about a month
Got
ago.
a certain aroma to it, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Did you come and
fish.
did you come and scope the place out
Inner
first?
tubes. No.
Anyway, moving swiftly
Should
on.
we do the quick fire? Moving
Uh,
on very
quick
quickly.
fire looks
I think we
good.
should do these one at a time. Stu, Dave, me.
So all the way through them.
Yeah, go on.
You're gonna do it. We Stu.
Stu, start.
Pump
For you.
track,
This is, by the way.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
pump track or dirt jumps? I know the answer.
Pump
to that.
track.
Really?
Yeah.
That really surprises
Getting
me.
old, man. Don't like crashing.
I used to respect you. Carry on.
Dirt jumps.
Sandy?
I dirt jumps, right? You're alright. You can come back now.
So I answer that one. Pump track would, for me,
No,
dirt
you
jumps.
are. You ask. Actually, we've never done this
No,
with
we're
you.
going to interview as well.
No, we've never done this with Sandy
No, come on,
before,
we'll do
so
it
let's
as well.
do Sandy as well.
Sorry, I'm
Right.
confused.
No, right, just sit there, just listen. Top track or dirt jumps?
Dirt jumps.
Brilliant, hallelujah.
Not that I'm very good at either.
Okay.
Go on.
Hard pack or dirt, Davey?
Dirt.
Sandy?
Dirt.
Cool.
Downhill or enduro?
Downhill.
Or,
Enduro. Moto.
Downhill, definitely.
Flat out and scary or techie and tight?
Flat out and scary.
Definitely techie and tight.
racing or riding with mates?
Riding with mates. Oh, I don't know.
It's always been racing, but now definitely riding with mates. Yeah.
Controversial.
Mine. I've got mixed
You,
up.
mate.
You carry on, mate. It's alright.
29 or 27.5?
27.5.
29 wheel in the front, 27.5 wheel in the back, and then everyone's
Oh, you've been talking to Chris Porter, haven't
happy.
you?
Well, mark my words, you'll see it a lot more.
If
in
you can't race
2018
like that
than
because
19.
it's not
Not at
same
the
wheel
minute,
set.
but the UCI will sort their act out.
Yeah.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
I've never tried tea or coffee in my life.
What?
Eh?
Not even a sip of either.
Tonight's the night.
No.
So I've been pinned down on the
Honestly?
floor before and I've refused it.
Honestly?
Yeah, true.
Why? I mean,
I'm a hot
What do you
chocolate kind of guy.
What do you
do you,
offer?
do you have caffeine gels and when you're riding or anything? Or do you
No, I
never
love
have?
coffee cake.
Yeah.
That's where it starts and finishes.
What do you offer your customers when they come in?
We've got a really nice coffee machine.
That's
You
weird.
just never tried
That's,
it?
No.
that's just
Wow.
weird.
I
You've
know,
never
people
had
say-
coffee or tea?
I don't know if it's because of my ticker or whatever, but I'm not into it.
Wow.
Really?
Alright, well, we won't delve any
It's
deeper.
all a
I
bit
look at you-
transparent.
I look
and
at you a
horrible.
bit differently now.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Dogs or cats?
I've got a question for you two after, actually.
Okay.
One question.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Sandy?
Oh, definitely dogs.
Right answer.
Fight or mediate?
I'm going to go mediate.
Depends what the situation is and who I'm talking to.
Especially with you two, Sayo. The size of you,
Don't get
definitely
knocked out
mediate.
by
wouldn't
him,
it?
do you?
It would be embarrassing,
Actually,
wouldn't
if you did knock me out, I would.
You'd hold your head in shame.
I nearly knocked you out once.
On the bike?
That's how we virtually met.
Yeah, you ran
Did
me
I
over.
nearly knock you out once at Thai boxing?
Yes,
I
and you
remember
nearly knocked me out with a brick as well.
Oh yeah, that was better.
That was my
We
fault.
got just to tell that one quickly. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's worth telling.
Once
Yeah.
upon a time, me and Stu, I wasn't working for you. I was helping you at your house.
You were
wasn't
doing
I?
me a favour, apparently.
I came round and I was he was loading his trailer up with bricks and brick ends,
Yeah.
like or rubble, and I was chucking it in, and he was catching them and chucking them in the trailer, and we got the timing wrong once. He kept his head down, chucked some brick at his head,
Straight on the top of my head.
Did you swear?
nearly wiped him
I
out.
did swear, and I think it's probably the only time I've ever seen you worried.
Yeah, and I was
Have you ever
trying not to laugh.
Have you ever cut the top of your head or anything?
It doesn't stop bleeding.
It pisses out, literally.
Yeah.
And it was just down my face and
I
everything.
did that
It was
thing where you look and you go, you sort of laugh there. Oh shit, I shouldn't be laughing now.
It
You
was just
didn't square up or anything.
No, well, my eyes were rolling. But we're still here, aren't we?
Yeah.
One more.
And finally, burger or healthy?
Healthy.
Healthy. I've actually banned fast food from the trailer.
Have you? Wow, no wonder you're so skinny.
Well, I didn't need to. How can I ask you the question?
Yeah, go on.
Well, I was at a birthday party this weekend, and someone asked a question a bit like this, and it blew my mind really.
Yeah,
It's a bit lavatorial talk, but I've got to mention it.
yeah.
And when I'm going to ask you how you do something, and when you hear that other people do it the other way, I just couldn't believe it.
Are
So,
we going to
Do you
get
stand up?
violated
Do you
here?
stand up to wipe your bum?
No.
I can't fucking believe that.
Sorry about that.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Does anybody else in here stand up to wipe their arse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course
Really?
you do.
Why?
I can't believe you sit down.
What happens if you get a snap off and it goes on the floor?
Good point, actually. Fair point, man.
Stand up, turn around, look at it. Wipe it
Turn
down.
around and look at it. Alright, so do you
So
wipe
what do
to
you
the
do?
front or the back?
You ever seen his Instagram?
Well, the back.
Not necessarily.
Who's a front wiper?
You don't.
You're not a front wiper, are you?
Sits down and
Well,
Maybe.
Anyway, so I thought
I
that was
think
good.
What a brilliant question.
it's 8:10. I think
Cut it off.
we'll move on right now.
What's that, Doc? Facebook is shutting us down.
Yeah, no, worth looking at some of the
Comments.
comments.
Get some comments in. Yeah.
Comments, I'm just trying to find anything that...
You can actually read out.
Sandy, you dirty bastard. No, it doesn't actually say that. I was waiting for somebody to abuse him.
I thought that was a good question.
There's a few people want to know whether you want a strip, and Coiny reckons he's had a tug off in that corner.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And if you want to know what that is, boys, ask your mum after. Because we're not going to comment on that.
It's gone to a whole other level now.
Oh, wow.
Gone low.
I think Josh Bennett's commented, hasn't he? He said TH just has. Tyler. Yeah, let's hope not.
Something else.
That's my son in the corner.
That's something else.
Oh, right, that's lucky then.
Right, let's just start again.
Ben Hickin says went from bikes to bums real quick.
Yeah.
I reckon his dad wrote that.
Yeah.
Quite possibly. Anyway, I think we ought to move on.
Should we get product of the week on?
Yes, why not?
So I know you brought some stuff as well, but we can talk about that in a bit when we do the giveaway. So, because I have brought product of the week, and this is it here. Mock Off, who sponsor our show, just mentioning that. They will be sending us some products. It's not going to be every week, sort of once a month, whatever they want to sort of promote at the time, and we'll be talking about that. But this is their dry lube, because we've got to mention at the moment the frigging weather. Oh my God, how hot is it? It's ridiculous, 30 degrees the last 2 days.
But we're not going to complain about it.
No, I'm not complaining, but you don't want wet lube at the moment, do you?
No.
You want dry lube.
We did last week.
This could go somewhere, couldn't it? But
Yeah.
let's keep it clean, boys. So we've been using this dry lube, haven't we, Stu? No, God, what can I say that's good about that?
Can I
not
just
innuendo.
Well, we stock it and it is really good. It doesn't black the chain up, doesn't get really dirty,
No,
doesn't
it's
attract the
really
Because it's
good.
wax based.
Yeah,
Really
It's
good.
durable, biodegradable.
And
it
the
works.
price is,
The price is.
£7.99.
I didn't.
apparently it's $64.99.
It's $7.99.
Yeah. Not $64.99, which is from
That's
the
what
last
Jim,
product.
Jim's charging everybody $64
From my
for some of
documents,
that.
He didn't
where I
want
change it, the last product was $64.99.
to wear the delete button out.
And that's 50ml, and it works in extreme conditions, and it's best off in the dry. Done. So that's our product of the week. I think it's time to do prize of the week. What have you got? You both brought some stuff, haven't you?
Yeah, they're over there though.
Do
So
you
if
want
Doc
to chuck
wouldn't
us
mind.
on, lads?
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about this.
Cool man.
So, do your product spiel, Davey.
Is it fuzzy felts?
Yeah, pretty much. So this is this is
Remember that?
This is yeah, I do remember.
Do you remember fuzzy felts?
Yeah.
Yeah, brief. Yeah. So this
He's
is
younger than us.
this is All Mountain Style, a brand that we stock at Hook It. It's basically a frame and fork protection company. A nice, easy, cheap way to protect your bike, basically.
Yeah.
So in the XL kit, which is this one, you get enough to do your down tube, your chainstay, and also your top tube where your shorts might rub, and you get some.
Is that what these arrows are, the top
Yeah,
two?
they're for your top tube there, and then you get enough to do sort of like cable rub spots and stuff like that. They retail at 25 quid for the colours, or 21.99 for the clear or the black. We do a smaller kit too, which is 20 quid. Basically, you don't get the chainstay pieces.
Yeah.
And we also do a fork guard too, because forks are expensive these days, so why not protect them?
Right, do you do handguard protectors too?
No.
No.
Let's talk about them.
Let's not talk about hand guards.
That's more enjoyable.
We haven't got time to talk about that.
I think the thing to mention with them is you do loads of really funky
Yeah, we do some
colours,
funky
don't you?
colours. Yeah, you can.
So you can transform, if
Yep.
you've got a boring bike,
Yep.
you know, if you've got an all black or something like
Exactly.
that, and you think, I'm a bit bored of the colour
Yeah,
of this
you
bike,
can
you
do that.
can
Yeah,
change
you
it,
can.
can't
You can look at all different designs, like either go to your local dealer or hit our website, hookitproducts.co.uk.
Or for instance, if you had a Santa Cruz, say a black frame with yellow writing, you could
tweak it out.
Yeah.
Good.
See some cool
You
designs.
sell Santa Cruz, by any chance?
Yeah. You haven't mentioned transition yet.
No, I haven't actually. I'm trying to, I'm remaining professional.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go and do the sale pitch.
So that's AMS, and I guess those are both prizes.
Yeah.
How do you give them away?
Well, we've got a question. I've got a question written down
You could
here.
ask the question, but I doubt anyone's going to know
Well,
it.
the question, because we were going to talk about what we've been up to before this, and then they'd know. But have you got any other questions you'd like to come up with, either of you, to win those? That's a bit more generic.
Unless you want to just keep it simple and let them have a guess.
Well, there's two things. Is one of these worth doing for the crowd here, and one for the.
I've got other stuff for the crowd here.
Okay.
Don't worry about
I'll
that.
back off the mic.
Okay. Well, we can have a guess.
We can have a guess.
Stew race this weekend at Bala at the was it BDS?
BDS down.
BDS downhill. What position did he get? Do you know, Doc?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do know. Okay, that's cool. So what position did
So is it the first person?
first person
First
to come up with the
person.
right number?
Come on.
Stop doing all that.
It takes a while to
They double
type
as a
out
good
a
fan,
triple
don't they?
digit number, doesn't it?
Who was the first one there, Stu?
That dog over there. It's the panda.
They've got to be. I should have said they
That
got
guy's
not in
fast
here.
with his fingers.
Sorry.
Keep fanning it.
Ben Hickin.
Ben Hickin.
Ben Hickin, you got it. He was
I've been
second.
looking, I don't need reminding, but
First
thanks
loser
anyway.
got beat by Andrew
I
Titley.
did.
Should we ask him which colour he wants? Is he?
Yeah, whatever.
He's hot on it. Which colour do you want?
Which colour, bro?
Pink or yellow?
Yep.
Things fast.
Hit us up and we'll send them out. Well, Jim will deliver it for you.
Okay, so the next person to win it. This is on memory. You've got to have a proper good memory for this. Where was it again that Stu raced?
There's about 3 names for the track as well, but one of them.
Well,
The one that's got four
relates
letters.
to it.
4 letters. Let's say that.
They
It
won't be
is-
able to spell the other one.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll know what they mean. Yeah,
Yes.
Coiney's got it.
Bala.
Robert Loynes, Bala.
There
Well
you go
done.
then. Well done, Coiney.
Fast time
Loads of
going
other
on.
loads of other people on there. Look at that.
Oh, brilliant. Wow. Well, when he
Sticky
can be
Jim.
bothered to come and see us, he can have his prize.
Yeah.
I think that's when his bike comes in. Sorry, right, it's coming.
Right, there you go. So that's the prizes anyway. We need to almost backtrack, don't we? Because
Yeah.
we've kind of done this inside out this week.
Okay.
That's all right.
Did you want to say something?
I was going to give this away.
Oh, we'll crack on then. Carry
Or
on.
do you want to do it after?
No, no, you carry
No,
on.
do
Well,
it
we're
now.
giving stuff away.
So-
Is it for people in here?
It's for.
Tell them about it as well,
I will.
because they are a nice hat. I know, because I'm wearing one.
Cool. So, for people online, I'm going to give away one of our snapbacks. It's a Yupong hat that we had made. Yeah, we'll sell them for £20 and it's yours for free. It's the first person,
In this room.
no, online.
Online. We got in this room stuff down
Online
here.
doesn't,
Oh,
doesn't
wow,
count
we're
if they're in this
We're
room.
full of prizes tonight.
First
Sorry,
person-
I'll wind me neck in.
Sorry, dude. Online. When did Trailhead open? So you don't need to say the month, just the year. When did Trailhead start/open? And I'll get that fired out to you in the post. We can carry on and that'll come through in a minute.
I reckon we'll have something pretty rapidly.
I
Shall we?
forget myself, so
Shall we mention the sponsors?
Right, here we go. We've got,
maybe not.
we've got the first entrant, Stephen Porter, 07.
someone just put 4. Well, like
Well, you won't be winning with that one, mate.
that was a while ago.
Are any of those correct,
Yeah.
Sandy?
The first one,
Stephen-
221
Whoa,
JRB.
no, Stephen Porter.
No, it's this guy.
Oh, right.
That's Josh Bell.
That's Josh Bennett. Well
Josh
done,
Bennett
Josh.
wins.
Nice
Okay.
little cap for you.
Get in touch.
So if you message the Trailhead Facebook page, saying you
I'm gonna
won,
send it. Brilliant.
and we'll send that out for Jim. So we don't have to go to
Saved
the
on
post office.
postage, hasn't
yeah,
Well done, buddy.
Yeah, he's worth a little mention actually. He's one
Yeah.
of Shropshire's up and coming downhill, isn't he?
He's a cool kid, yeah.
He's a cool kid. He's
Comes in with his dad, and yeah, cool.
always smiling.
I just
Dad's
want to,
always smiling.
yeah,
Probably-
really nice.
I don't know why. He's probably spent a fortune on own bikes, but he's a bloody good rider. So we'll watch out.
Did the 50-1, did he recently?
Yeah, I think he did. Did he, Tyler?
I think he did the first 6.
We'll give him that.
How old's
First
Josh?
6 is
How old
6
is
more
he?
than I did.
13. Did
What,
50,
really?
half of 50 to 1.
God. I think we need to quickly mention the channel sponsors.
We better add, yeah.
Obviously, the title sponsor, we are Muck-Off, and then also on board we have Trailhead,
Mud Hugger,
V-Tire,
Bum Butter,
Bum Butter,
Testing on arseholes.
Invisiframe, frame protection and graphic kits.
Mountain Bike Adventure Portugal.
A place to go on holiday with.
We've been, and it's absolutely
I've
wicked.
been.
And finally, you might as well say this one, because you supply them.
Oh, Saks underwear.
Saks underwear.
Yeah.
With the painted
Ballpark pouch.
Yeah.
What?
And
Ball
you're
hammer.
forgetting the new one.
The new one. I've said it already. Said it. Said it at
Did
the
we say
beginning.
V-tyre?
Yeah. Did we say V-tyre?
Say them all again.
V-tyre as well.
Anyway, so what we've been up to?
Shall I start? Or do
You may
want
as
to
well start. What
Okay.
been used for us, haven't you?
So, obviously I had the Fat Lab. Well, I've got the Fat Lab. And I was very excited. I took it out the one day. I was dying to try it. Took it out at 650 with the Fat Lab forks on, 650 plus. With these new plus tyres.
And those are the forks that we featured on the show last week.
Yes. I think there's a bit of work to be done on those forks. And they're basically an adventure fork that they've lengthened, and they are going to be doing a lot more work on the dampers. So I wanted to try it really as a 29, and I wanted to compare it to obviously the Intense Primer, best bike I've ever ridden, and I had those Öhlins 150s on there. So I went straight home. This is the same day. Set it up as a 29. Put the Fat Lab 29 wheels on with the tyres I'm used to, because I wanted. You've got to have it similar, haven't you? And I put the Öhlins on it, and incredible. I mean, I was really chuffed with it. Just everything about it made me buzz. Came back, did all my little checks, as you do. Cassie was out, phones me up. I'm on the phone to Cassie, and doing all my linkage bits and pieces. You know,
headset on.
talking them up. Well, you're meant to talk them up, aren't you? I'm talking to Cassie, and I stripped the thread in the frame.
Your fault.
Your fault.
So yes, it's kind of got to. It's going back, and they're sorting it out. I thought I was going to be in the shit, but they were very understanding. Don't ever do anything that's got to be talked and not too high a talk.
So when it clicks,
When you are
stop.
talking on the phone.
Really?
Yeah. So
So you.
yes, I
buggered it.
regretted that a bit. So I went out Saturday with my mate Birks on. I've got to mention him. He won't be watching, but a chap called Chris gave me a road bike the other day. Massive road bike dude. He's like used to be a sprinter for Wales in the Olympics. Huge beast of a man. He gave me this. It's all Trump now. He gave me a Cannondale basically. A nice bike. So Bickley's like, we're doing a 40k ride Saturday. It'd be a nice steady one. Come along. Ended up being flat out
What was the average?
I think it was
Flat out.
You need to know.
well, it never went below 20 mile an hour, so it was pretty brutal, and it was 70 miles. And for the last 10 miles, literally, my knees felt like they got knives in them. Oh, it was horrible. It ruined me, and he was loving it because I called him a fat ass at the beginning of the ride. I said, you can't even see your seat when I was behind him. So you can't see your seat, it's all ass.
So you brought that on yourself.
And he
Suddenly you
just
saw it
ruined
for
me
70
and
miles.
he got his revenge. And then Sunday I went out adventure riding on the Fat Bike, which is now, that's got the Fat Lab tubeless wheels on. Couldn't believe the difference it made. It rolls like a normal mountain bike now, it's really weird.
So for bike shops like myself, how would you get Fat Lab's stuff? Is it direct or can shops buy it?
Do you know what? I don't even know at the moment.
Gary will know.
Yeah, I don't even know. It's so, I
They've
mean,
got a website though, haven't they?
they have got a website and they're about to do a new website. And as for the Fat Lab bike, it's so early days. You know, so you got to remember this is a prototype.
Sure, I'm just interested. Yeah. I like the logo and it looks cool.
So that's that. What about you, Stu? What?
Did a bit of racing.
Yeah.
Went to the National at Bala.
Anything Saturday night? The night before you raced?
Yes.
Yeah.
Training.
Session on.
Training your right arm. Not like
Hopefully
that,
there's no
like that.
sponsors watching, but I guess anybody that does sort of help me out, they know I'm partial to a quick half.
Yeah.
And yeah, we did a good day's training. It was absolutely amazing. The track was awesome. And
How many halves did you have?
we'll come to that in a minute.
20.
It was just a good day, and you know, you're just riding, you're just having a wicked time. It was hot. Went in the river afterwards, which not often you get to do.
That's
that.
cool.
Had a bit of a wash down, washed each other down, you know. That was good.
X-rated this show.
People are missing a lot. Races are easy to get there and see what it's all about.
Not
You know?
another racing.
Yeah. So anyway, we did that. We had a bit of food, and then somebody found a beer, and I was forced to have it, which I did.
Oh, so this was being at the race?
This
not
was at
in
the
town?
race, yeah.
Right.
No. We camped over. The weather was good.
He is camp.
So, our mate, wherever he is, he's gone to get a beer actually. Voller started it off. Yeah, it was him. So we had a beer, and then Coop was hungry. Coop's always hungry. So we went to the pub for some food, and we didn't have any food. We kind
Liquid
of,
lunch.
yeah, kind of. Well, it started off on a quick half, and 13 pints later.
26 hours.
That wasn't me. That was Coop.
Ah.
How many did you have?
Oh, I don't know. I probably didn't have that many. Maybe 7 or 8 or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to ride next day.
It was all right, and it was a mental thing because the two pubs there, they're owned by the same people. So you basically got pub on one side of the road, pub on the other. There's a wagon that turns up with a curtain side, and then this girl singing for like 3 hours, which is really, really good.
In the middle of the street, so you can
In the
see
middle
it
of
from
the
both
street, I
pubs.
mean, it's probably the only beer garden with an A road through the middle of it, which is great when
That's
everyone's
awesome.
pissed up,
That's
really.
cool.
But
That's
it was
cool.
an ace night. No, it was a good night. We probably shouldn't have done that, but we did, and it was wicked. I got second. I got beaten by Titley.
Do you think you'd have beat him if you hadn't have had him?
I'm not at liberty to say.
No.
But I did
How
a bit-
far off him were you?
5 seconds.
And how long were you on the floor for?
Well, I wasn't actually on the floor, but I was just having a cuddle with a couple of trees.
Yeah.
So I
You
don't know.
must have worked it out, because that's the first thing you do when you look at the results.
Well,
You think, what do I have?
I don't know.
You
It's
don't
hard
want
to
to say,
say.
do you?
There's a lot goes on in a
Don't want to
run.
wind him up.
It's a long rivalry, right?
Yeah.
We've had a good battle
Good
for years and
rivalry,
years.
Good rivalry.
And I'm glad he's on form actually,
He's a
because
legend,
he's
yeah.
going to the Masters Worlds next week, as are a lot of the other boys.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
week in Andorra.
We had Pete Little in today and Charlie Hatton and
Yeah.
Matt Walker there.
Which I'll talk about in a minute.
Cool.
Pete won again yesterday.
Yeah,
I don't know why he's in. Well, I know why he's in Grand Vets because he's the right age, but he just
He wants to
walks
go
it.
in the other categories where they won't let him
Yeah. So bit of a
in. Fast lad.
up for a discussion that really. Yeah. And I mean he wouldn't probably be quick enough to have a good time in expert.
No.
So but so Pete's going out. Yeah, that was that. We had a good time. Better talk about pro really. Charlie Hatton.
Ace.
Charlie Hatton wins the BDS and he qualified first and then he took it to the final.
Top lad as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Such a nice lad.
Yeah, brilliant. So that was good to see. Matt Walker, he didn't do too good this weekend. He was only second fastest time of the day.
God, might as
So,
well quit.
Shropshire's junior.
Yeah, he did absolutely awesome. And he comes in and he's so humble, chats to all the lads. Just a
Yeah,
true pro already.
Yeah.
We did a little homage to him, didn't we, Doc? To his win at Fort William.
Which actually Sarah and Ian said thanks very much for doing that. 'Cause
Oh,
it's a real
brilliant.
nice thing to be able to keep.
Yeah.
And for anybody out there that didn't actually see it, we were going down in the gondola and had to spot him coming down, didn't we?
Yeah.
So our mate here, wobbling around after a few beers, you filmed him all the
Got
way
on
down.
the little. It was a cyber shop, Sony, literally like that big.
So the gondola was going exactly
But it
right.
was just
after.
Yeah,
sheer luck.
yeah.
The gondola was following him, and
But this little cyber shop's got incredible zoom on it, and it's all a bit shaky. But you sort of made the
And
video.
I thought he
so
was
it's-
going quicker than the gondola.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he
He
was.
had corners
yeah,
though, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, so if you go onto our YouTube channel, you can see that.
Yeah.
One of the later films.
I'll just go through a few more of the results from that. So Charlie Hatton won, Jack Redding was second, Simo was third.
Yeah.
Good
Brilliant.
ride by Simo. Brayton fourth, Jay Williamson fifth, that was good. Slugger,
Six.
Oh,
he's had an injured foot.
Has he?
He hasn't rode for 7 weeks downhill, and he come back with a 6, so that
Fair
was
play.
really
He
good.
picked it up in Lords, didn't he?
Yeah, George Gannicott 7th, Albon 8th, Sambo, Graham Mudd 9th, and Sam Dale 10th. That rounds up the top 10. So it was pretty close racing. So that was
Some big World Cup names in there as
yeah.
well.
So that was really good. Matt Walker won the junior. Joe Breeden second. Joe must have been like top 3, 4 overall. He did a 7,
Yeah.
so that was real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Mini Joe.
Yeah.
And then Henry Kerr 3rd, Cade 4th, Joe Parfitt 5th.
Henry Kerr has nothing to do with.
Nothing
I was
to
about
do
to
with
ask
all.
that.
No.
Yeah.
the other big news from this weekend is Crankworks, Leger.
Yeah.
So the downhill, for anybody that wants to know,
I've been watching a bit of that, but I don't know the downhill results.
Troy Brosnan won, Vergier second, Minard third,
Bernard Kerr fourth.
Bernard Kerr fourth, and Brannigan fifth. So yeah, I think everyone had a good time over
Where did
there.
Rat Boy come? I wanted to
I
see
think
that.
I think it's about 16th, 17th, something like that.
Having a bit of a laugh on the way down, I should imagine.
Yeah,
We've,
so we had a good time.
It's half past.
Why?
We're on the dot.
Right, we're
I
off.
think we need to just we just need to mention what we've got online at the moment on our channels. The latest films we've got Welsh Champs from Davi. My little film made there. Well, Doc's editing, my filming. Rachel Afton's featuring that with amongst other people.
Cool.
Also, what have we got? Coedy, Welsh Enduro race at Coedy. And next stuff coming up, you're going to start working on the Fort William stuff, aren't you, Doc?
Fort William
We've got some
interviews.
amazing stuff.
We've got a
from
load
there.
of footage from that. Didn't we?
Yeah.
We get about 5 hours.
5 hours of
5
stuff.
hours
some-
of coverage.
I can't wait. One of the things I'm looking forward to is the interview with the owners of Intent. So I think that's going to be
Yeah, that was
awesome.
wicked.
Jeff.
Jeff
Jeff
and
Steber.
Jen Steber, yeah,
Cool.
lovely people. And a few bits of unboxing.
A
haven't
few
we?
unboxings, but
Yeah.
they're a surprise. Can't tell you what they are until you've got to watch them. 'cause it's
So
not-
don't-
Hope it's tax.
Don't forget also that we have our competition where if you share our stuff and if you comment on any of our films on YouTube regarding the t-shirt, you could win this t-shirt that's just signed by everyone at Fort William. So check that out on our social media, which will tell you how to do that. I think that's about it. Do you want to just say your Instagram? I'm Jim Buchanan at Jim Buchanan 955.
Yeah, at Hook It Products, it's HKT Products.
Yeah.
At the Hook It Podcast. Yeah, you'll pretty much. Yeah, you'll scout us out everywhere like that.
Sandy
At Sandy_Plenty.
Hughes 954.
At Dockerpod.
at Dogpod. So that's it. Thank you very much for joining us online, and thank you
Yeah,
for
thank you.
everyone coming tonight and watching.
And thanks to Albert
I
Shedd.
think it's been a
Yeah.
really good show, and
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Yeah, we're here in Albert's Shed in Shrewsbury, and maybe next week, if you're in Shrewsbury or it's not a far drive, come down because
Yeah,
it's a really good. What you can't see here is all the people watching, and it's a really good
all the
vibe.
strippers in the background. Yeah,
They're waiting
Yeah.
for their shift to start, but you know, it's cool.
yeah,
And Sandy's going to buy everyone a beer.
And the boys are getting on the pole in a minute.
yeah.
If there was a poll.
See you later, guys.
Cheers.
Peace.
Bye.